And you've been on Instagram, you already know what the news is. Pristavia is now gun titles. Yep, you heard me right. Pristavia is now gun titles. Like, when I say that's a good look, as far as Pristavia being gun titles, it's a good look. I ain't trying to set up Pristavia versus Vixen the Assassin. That would be like her first name. Like, the perks of being gun titles. When people say Surf can basically make anything happen, I believe it. They don't call him the golden child far as URL for nothing. Like Surf said he got off the phone with URL to set up Pristavia versus Vixen the Assassin. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If she gets Vixen the Assassin first, that's dope. But she gotta see official. She gotta see official. Like, for Pristavia not to be a big name as of yet, but I can honestly say she's the most talked about newer girl other than Coffee and First Lady Flames. Like, her pen is amazing. Her pen is amazing. Her and Official is definitely gonna be a bar fight. Like, it's gonna be bars everywhere. Like, Official definitely gotta that I need the official that we're used to, not the ones we've been saying recently. Like, official gotta come correct with Pristavia. Another thing, Pristavia must be doing something right, because why is she on everybody's hit list for 2022? I done seen about 3-4 hit lists, and the common names on these hit lists are Pristavia, First Lady Flames, and Coffee. So that means Pristavia, Coffee. I seen Casey's name and Casey J name on a couple people's lists too. So for Pristavia not to have had like a major name yet, and the big the vet ladies are like, yeah, let me take her. I'll take her. She's doing something right. She's not messy. She minds her business. She puts in work. And now she's part of probably the best battle rap group. Like, come on, like, how fire is that? How fire is that? Like, there's no telling what can happen for Pristavia now. Like, just off her pure talent, she's gonna go far. She's gonna go far. Um, I definitely would like to see her on a volume. I definitely want to see Pristavia on a volume. Like, if you can get the whole gun titles on one card, that would be fire. That would be fire. The whole gun titles on one card. Pretty sure, if Surf make that call, it'd happen. Like, you mean to tell me Surf makes one call and Pristavia's first, major name is going to be Vixen? Dog, that's fire. That's fire. Like, it's some people I definitely like to see Pristavia against. 8R14, Official, Breezy, who's Bravehearts, which is E-Heart's people. Like, come on, what are we doing? That's definitely a good look. Like, gun titles is looking unstoppable right now. Surf's been killing it. Easy's been killing it. Rock did his thing against New Jersey Twerk. Chess got busy with clips on the Chris Brown card. Like, name another group that's doing their thing other than gun titles. EFB probably be the only other group. EFB and maybe you could say the Horsemen, because Loso's been doing this thing. Loso's been doing this thing. Oops, A Ward, and then I just saw that A Ward's got a battle December the 31st. Did I see that correctly? A Ward has a battle December the 31st. I wonder who A Ward's battling. And if this battle matters, if the battle matters, how does that shake up the champion of the year? Now, woman of the year, I saw 40 said, I think her vote was for C3. That's interesting because I think C3's only battled once that I can remember, which was Vixen. But I don't know. Like, you've had some women battle multiple times and have had solid performances, so it's hard to really say. I don't know, man. People really sick of Surf at this point. Like, are y'all sick of Surf because he gonna talk reckless one way or another, whether he wins or he loses, or he talks way more reckless when he wins? That's what I'm starting to try to figure out with folks. Like, Surf's been doing his thing, and he pretty much predicted how Surf versus Twerk was gonna go. He said if Twerk didn't win the first round, he wasn't gonna win the battle, and he didn't. Like, Surf is rapping now. I don't know how many dummies want to stand in front of him now. Like, how many dummies want to stand in front of Surf now that he's rapping? Not that he wasn't rapping before, but Surf is like rapping now. That is like, take your chances going to stand in front of him. But the way that he's delivering 3 full impactful rounds, like, you know, Surf is delivering so much to the point that he's calling people out. He called out A Ward. What is the likeliness of Tsu Surf versus A Ward? Tsu Surf versus A Ward definitely still would happen before Tsu Surf versus Cortez. Hate to say it, before Tsu Surf versus Math Alpha. You know, like, Surf is really like calling the calls right now. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, people say, oh, Surf has 3 good battles. Like, why are we, like, patting them on the back? Now, I heard the EFM where Surf and Av were going back and forth. Like, I know Av said that he would shut Surf up. The thing about it is that Surf's not going to battle him. They're going back and forth with him. He does that with a lot of battlers. A lot of battlers, when Surf disses you, or just even brings your name up, it gets people talking about you. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, Surf's year just double impact. And it could be probably Danny. Could be Danny, you know, depending on how him and Twerk goes. Like, after that, like, it's only a few more matchups for Surf to really take. Murder Mook, Goods, JC, It would be Cortez, but I don't see it happening. Math Hoffa, I don't see it happening. You know, and then like him taking a newer guy, you know, like a new guy. You know, it's so many matchups that can happen that you're like, let's get to some of these matches. Where are the rest of the people from UN4? Why haven't we seen Kid Slade on a card? Why haven't we? Are we gonna not see K Slade on a card until he battles Easy? When is Swervo gonna be on a card? Stumbles, Casino. I know Casino's about to battle Don Marino in January. If I saw that right on Twitter. Um, Trufo. Why has Trufo not been on a card? Like, I know he said he messed up against Royalty, you know, but why haven't we seen Trufo on the card? Sheet Happens. Why we haven't seen Sheet Happens on another card since he battled Murder? It's like the J2. You ain't seen him on a card. Bose the Bambino. Why hasn't he been booked again? Next, if Next is so called the person that y'all pushing from the West, why he ain't been on the card? Like, and the crazy part about it is the guys from UM4 are all fire. They're all fire, you know? They're booked on other leagues. Like K-Slade battled somebody on Houston Barcode. Yes, yeah, Surf announced that Pristavia is now gun titles. It's crazy. See, and that's crazy too, because I thought she would have been Bardashian too, because Jazz said she could see her being a Bardashian. But you know, Jazz and Surf are like very close, so I knew she was going to be one or the other. Either way, it's a great situation for Pristavia. A lot of people thought she was going to be a horseman. She would have been the first female horseman. So that's interesting with that. So, I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to feel a certain way about Pristavia being gun titles, saying that she is a Christian battle rapper. But she is fire. Her pen is amazing. I want to see who Tay-Rock takes this year, aside from Danny Myers for the super fight. Who else will Tay-Rock take this year? I know he's gonna take Easy. But it's like, who else is there really left for Tay-Rock to battle? That like makes sense. That it's just not, oh, let's just put him in a card against somebody. You know, I still want to see Ryder and Nav. I still want to see that. I'm interested to see who Ace Amin battles next. They say he did really good against Danny Myers. But it just seems like it's so spaced out. Like, you'll see Ace Amin, like, you saw him with Cortez, you saw him battle Gems, he battled Danny Myers, and it's like, we haven't seen him since. Like, he did battle on iBattle, you know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Some of these guys, you see them, they promote themselves, they know how to stay relevant by going and battling on other leagues. Like, Luke Castro has been on URL, but he's done in between battles. I think this is probably the most in a year that Luke Castro has battled. You know, they say he did his thing against Rum Nitty. I gotta watch it. I haven't seen it yet. Like, Lou Castro is the epitome going from a guy that people just knew from Ultimate Madness that they weren't sure what he was going to become to, like, going through the ranks of becoming a star. You know, I think doing Double Impact with K-Shine really helped him. Like, he already was fire, and he had the everything, like, he had the moments and the stuff like that, but it was like, is it going to work? You know, he can have a good battle, but how many good battles can he continuously have? And that's the question with a lot of the newer guys as far as URL. That's why you keep seeing the same people on the cards. Everybody keeps saying, why is Geechee on the card? Why is Nitty on the card? Why is Danny always on the card? These guys are always on the card because, one, these are who the fans are requesting. Two, you know you're going to get quality performances with them. And three, you don't know what you're going to get with some of these newer guys. You don't. With the newer guys, you know, they may give you one fire good round that you're like, okay, that was cool. Like, I thought with K-Slate, he did really, really good with Ultimate Madness. Even if he didn't win, I thought it was enough that it would get him to be on another card by now. That's wild. Same with Casino. Casino versus K-Slate was fire as far as the Crucible. Casino versus Piranha was fire. Like, Piranha's another one. Minus, you know, his business that he had going on. Piranha can rap. He can rap, but it's like, with different things keep happening, he keeps having setbacks. Piranha keeps having setbacks. Like, when he's just focused on rapping, he's a problem. 242, which is who Piranha battled for his PG, he just made a comeback on Dan Marino's car, and he was fire. He's fire. Like, URL has had so many different guys that have had PGs or Crucibles that you don't see them no more. 242, you saw him against Piranha for the Crucible, for the PGs, and you ain't seen him since. Hills, you know, I think Hills is back through the Crucible again. Like, JDK, he was dope. He was dope in the Crucible. Bone Car from Charlotte, he's fire. He's fire. Like, I thought he was good in the Crucible. I've seen him battle again after the Crucible. He's dope. Zay filled in for somebody as far as the Crucible and battled Bless the God. Neither one of them made it as far as the Crucible, but I see them on the other cards. Zay was just on the Zay was just on RBE, matter of fact. You know, he was just on RBE. So, a lot of these newer guys aren't letting not making it in the Crucible stop them. Yeah, RP Fred the Godson. Like, some of these guys, I don't know where they are. They make the Crucible, and then it's like stretch Mills. You didn't know. And I don't know if it's because of, like, his flow was kind of slow paced, and it's like they not taken to slow paced rappers no matter how good you are. I thought he was dope. Chase Paper, I thought he was dope too. He had the one or two battles, and we didn't see him anymore. Even though I've seen him on quite a few other leagues though. But it's like with the crucibles and stuff, the crucible, the PGs, so many people come through them that it's like a lot of guys I would like to see again. Scotty, I would like to see again on URL. Diesel, I would like to see again. Where is he nowadays? Who else? Who else far as like Crucible or like far as the Crucible? Pain was a person far as the Crucible that I was critical of. He just went to RBE and got a 30. A 30 at RBE on KD. He's fire. I guess that's what he's that'll be his league. Jay Breed, Dalvo, Tubbs, Heavy Half. They're all like dope battlers. His battle, he's cool. Like KD's another one. Far as the Crucible, he's so dope. But when it came to the Crucible, I just felt like he didn't do nothing far as the Crucible for a guy that's like so talented. And that's the thing. A lot of people that had names, far as being in the Crucible, they just didn't have great performances far as the Crucible though. And I had to understand that. King Jobbles, he's dope. I didn't know who he was until the Crucible. Now I know he's an iBattle rapper. I think he's really good. XQZ is another one. Didn't know who he was. He's dope. Rubatung, dope. What's the other guy's name? He battled Chilla. He battled Chilla. I don't remember what his name is. But he battled Chilla. That was a dope back and forth battle because they freestyled the battle. That's what I'm saying. There's so many dope battlers that some are gonna stick on URL, even with a cosign. They do well in the Crucible, or they have a battle from another league drop on the app, because quite a few battles have dropped that way. So, like, salute to We Go Hard. Salute to She Goes Hard. Heavy on the ES. Eliza Versa versus Eon. Fire 1-round battle. Dropped on URL. Far as the YouTube. So even if you're not making it on the app and your battle's being dropped on URL's YouTube channel, that's amazing. They have millions of subscribers. Like, it's plenty of people that don't know who Eliza Verse. Do you know who do you know who Knucklehead is? Do you know who NKW is? A lot of y'all know who Nucci Chinks is because she battled Pristavia on Don Marino's card. So you know who Nucci Chinks is. Flawless. Like, She Goes Hard has so much female talent. So much female talent. Like, salute to Nucci Chinks signing to be Queen of the Ring. Like, she's been doing her numbers. Salute to J Love, because J Love ended up doing the Crucible. I don't know how that went, but J-Lo was in the Crucible. So it's so many battlers that sometimes you just gotta be the best at your league. You gotta be the best at your league. Like, I said it about Zay Smooth. Zay Smooth was getting all the names on Gates of the Garden. On Gates of the Garden. I didn't know that Dre Dennis was his manager either. But he was getting all these names at Gates of the Garden. Now, recently, Zay Smooth ended up on, like, other leagues. He's ended up on other leagues now. Like, you gotta hold whatever league you rep down first before you start going here, there, and everywhere. That's how that has to go. You gotta be the man or the woman of your league. So when you go to another league, you rep them properly. Like, when Steams goes and he battles on URL, we still know we go hard. Same with Brooklyn Carter. Same with Prezi, Authentic. Like, no matter on some of these other leagues, I see any We Go Hard person, I'm still thinking, oh, We Go Hard. Matter of fact, Ishmula battles all over the place. But when you see Ishmula, you think We Go Hard, you think We Go Hard to face. That's the fact of the matter. That's what you're thinking. Like Ish was in a Crucible. D-Dub was in a Crucible. Buzz was in a Crucible. Some of these guys didn't do well in the Crucible, but they are fire far as we go somebody in the battle. Ish is a must battle. We got a whole team of talented battlers. K Slade, Paper, Buzz, Pop, D-Dub. Like, a lot of places you weren't hearing about before have their own lineup of talented battlers. Same with I want to say message interstate flames. Like, a lot of these states you weren't hearing about 40 some of these places. Simple as that. You know? But I'm pretty sure you know who your up and coming battlers are from your state. Or at least you should if you're in the culture, you go to the events, you support whatever league you support. You know who's the upcoming talent. As far as DMV, there's a whole bunch of talent out here or out this area. Look for Wusa. Look for Rich Fetty. Look for who else is up and coming out here that's doing very, very well? 6'8", Heron, Funeral Fame's doing this thing. Up and coming as far as DMV. Swervo's doing this thing. Slugger, Sheffy. OSBL has so many talented battlers that some are KMM Mob, which is Kale's Murder Management. And Kells has like a nice roster of people, led by, I want to say, Asameen, which is probably her top person as far as who she manages. So, out the DMV, I always say OSBL because now I'm familiar with I know who owns it or started it. I'm familiar with the league. I like what I see after watching the 7 DMV card. You know, that is like, okay, I see who's who. Even with some of the battles that have been dropping far as OSBL, for some of these guys I really didn't know, that I'm like, okay, let me go look into them. Freddie Diamond. Once I got past his voice, because his voice is weird to me, I said he's cool. Educate. He's dope. Was who else? P Black. Who else? It's a lot of different people as far as OSBL. There's a lot of different people as far as OSBL. Just type in OSBL or Our Battle Society and just look at some of the battles. Look at some of the battles. You know, these guys are going from being no names to building a name as they develop and go through. Salute the Kills for that. Like, some of these guys wouldn't be getting the looks they were getting unless the development, working with somebody who can get you and tell you what you need to do to get to this place. You know, a lot of guys are on Unity, the Unity card. Like, one of the main battles I remember from Unity card is Zigzag versus Funeral Frame, when he had the Iverson braids, or I think it's the Iverson braids bar that went crazy. Far as Unity, Cuban far as K Walker with the Unity card. You know, so it's a lot going on battle rap wise. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people I just named. The average person don't know who these battlers are. You don't know who they are. If I go and start naming battlers far as we go hard, there's some people I'm gonna name people don't know. Henny number 3. People know who Hallelujah Jones is. Baby need Jordans. It's reading. J Slash, Fire, Dab 15. He's dope. GNC Ty. He had a battle when we go hard. He's fire. I believe he's bullpen though, but he's dope. That's what I'm saying. As I'm naming some of these battlers, you don't know who these guys are unless you're following the leagues. That's what I'm saying. Everybody wants to be like, oh, why is so not on URL? They're not on URL because URL picks and chooses who's gonna make it on URL, who's gonna make it far as the Crucible. You know, the scouts have to pick you far as the Crucible. One of them's gotta pick you. Yo, what up though? So that's just the truth of the matter. Like, there's several battlers. A-War's a prime example of a battler that's so accomplished and it does so much, but it's never been on URL. Other than the fact that he was a judge. He was a judge for the Crucible. Like, isn't that weird? A-War got the chance to be a judge for the Crucible, but hasn't been on URL. Yes, Surf announced it. If you have a Twitter, go follow Surf's Twitter. He announced that Pristavia's gun titles. It's on OTFMZ's IG also. Pristavia definitely is gun titles. It seems to be a shock to everybody, but she's gun titles. Like KLTD, when street battlers go over there, some fare well, some of them don't because of how they rap and what they rap about. You're going to KLTD to broaden your fan base and get a new fan base. Because initially going over there, that is not your fan base. Half of them white fans do not know what y'all rapping about. And sometimes you gotta switch up how you rap and what you rap about going to KLTD. So a lot of them are not faring well. You know, you're going to be on KLTD because it's a different platform and a chance at 100,000. Am I mad at that? No. But at the same time, you gotta know what's against you when you decide to do these things. Like, Bill Collector's over there killing. He's killing it. But Bill Collector can have the moments where he can be silly, he can be funny, and he can bar crazy. So, is your style one of those that can be adjusted to fit every crowd? Or is your style one of those that everybody is going to want to watch? Because for me, when I watch KLTD with some of these guys, I'm like, y'all doing more jokes than you doing bars. And then sometimes y'all don't win in some of these battles. I have Easy winning the battle. But K-Shine showed up. But Easy won the battle. Whether you want to say Easy 3-0 or Easy 2-1, K-Shine got the third. K-Shine's third was fire. So, it's just however you want to call that. You know? It's just however you want to call it. K-Shine versus Easy was probably, you know, I initially off watching it, I had it 30. But K-Shine's third was fire. So, that could be debatable. That's why I'll go with K-Shine. I'll go with Easy 2-1. I will go with Easy 2-1 as far as the battle. Tsu Surf won 3-zip. Twerk disappointing people with that battle. That's what I'm saying. Which dummy's gonna stand in front of Surf next? We know eventually Easy. We know eventually Chess. But aside from them, what other dummies are gonna stand in front of Surf the way that he's bombing right now? Who gonna go stand in front of him? He's rapping right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. But Smack, URL, I do want to see some of the newer guys on one of these cards. Like, nah. He not rematching John no time soon. Look, he already smacked John up and around and broke his glasses, you know. Like, it's got to be a couple of years before he rematches John. Just like he rematched Calico, it's got to be some years in between it. It ain't going to just happen just like that. But I mean, I could see it definitely happening. Nope, I don't. They like, because of what's going on, like with the lawsuit or whatever. I don't see daylight being on URL. Like, goods wouldn't make sense, but if I'm goods, I don't take Tsu Surf right now. The way that he's rapping, 3 straight rounds, no jersey and out. Like, I don't take him right now. A lot of people are not gonna take Surf right now. They're gonna be smart about it. One of these people think eventually Surf is gonna lack. Surf is in a great groove right now. Rapping. Like, come on now. What we doing? So, it's like, be a dummy and jump in front of Surf. Whenever he battles again after January, be a dummy. Cause I'm sure somebody's waiting to be a dummy and battle Surf. Like, somebody's waiting to be a dummy. Looks to be him. So, what we talk about Surf, the way he's been rapping now, when he beat Lux. We talk about Lux when he battled Lux. Yes, the way Surf is rapping now, he would have beat Lux that night. Like, Lux has some bars, but it wasn't nothing crazy. That was a beatable Lux, in my opinion. Averb, him and Averb has to be a rematch with Surf and Averb. That battle didn't happen on URL, so don't count. It count, but it don't count. It has to happen when it matters. Like, make that happen. Get that rematch going on one of these cards. Like, on one of these cards, it gotta happen. It gotta happen. Like, that rematch would be fire. And then Surf and go battle, easy, chess, and however that's gonna go. Averb can then go battle. Hopefully then he battles Suge. You know, that could be how that works. I don't know, but I would think that would be how that would go. Like, salute to Suge. Suge had a fire performance versus Real Name Brandon. Like, that's the Suge we need every time to show up. Surf versus Murder Mook. That's a 100K battle right there. 100K battle probably. Maybe even more. I would have Suge. I would have Surf winning against Mook. Suge and Fonz. That gotta happen. Suge and Fonz gotta happen. He probably will battle Fonz before. Suge will probably end up battling Fonz before he battles Averb. Fonz and Real Name Brandon gotta happen too. So, that's what I'm saying. It's so many battles. I still want to see Luke Castro and chess. I don't know when Mike P is going to make a return. I'd like to see him make a return. I'd like to see who Saga's going to battle next. You know, Geechee and Jazz, that would have to be like Kings versus Queens 3. Kings versus Queens 3. That could be Geechee versus Jazz. Surf versus Official. Hustle versus somebody. I don't know who Hustle could battle though. I mean, Hustle versus Hitman would be the ideal battle. Hustle versus Hitman. Yeah. Remy Ma's Chromosome 23. Queens get the money with who I've heard 40's on the card, Jazz is on the card, E Hart, Miss Hustle. Those are like big names right there. So if and they supposed to be getting 5 figures. Is it 5 figures, 6 figures? 5 figures, 6 figures. I think it's 5 figures for the battles. We're supposed to be getting paid very lovely for these battles. So I've seen 40 say she's not excited for her opponent. I know Jazz said she'll battle anybody but Bonnie Godiva. Like 40 has the least amount of options as far as an opponent because 40's like battled everybody. Unless she did a rematch with Jazz. 40 bars versus Jazz the Rapper rematch. I'd be here for it. And if URL does a night of the rematches, 40 bars versus Jazz the Rapper, Tsu Surf versus A Verb. I don't know what other rematches you could really do other than those. I can't think of really any other ones. I still like my idea of an all-female card with one male battle on it. 40 versus First Lady Flames, that could be fire. But First Lady Flames just called out KCJ, I believe. Tori, though, I didn't think Yoshi was just gonna like get her out of there like that. Which is a little crazy to me that Yoshi got her out of there like that. Because Tori Doe has moments. If you follow Queen in the Ring, you follow Tori Doe. Tori Doe has moments. Vixen versus 40. That could probably happen, but that won't be Remy Mar's card. I think Remy's like specifically picking these battles. So these battles are going to be like battles that I figured that Jazz is probably battling Misfit. And if it's not Misfit, maybe Couture. You know, if you can get Jazz versus Misfit, Hustle versus Casey, I would take Official versus Vixen. I would take Official versus Vixen on that card. Like, it's options. It's options for battles, but it's like, I don't know which way Remy Ma's leaning toward. Are you trying to go for like the grudge matches or the hype battles? Or are you trying to go for battles that the fans want to see? Which one is it? Either way, I expect Queens get the money to be a fire card. It's gonna be a fire card. Like Remy's in tune with the culture. She's definitely in tune with the culture, so I don't expect her to let us down with that card. Vixen is fire. Vixen's fire. Vixen's worked her way to where she's at now. Like, whether you say it took her a while or not, Vixen, fire. Deserves everything she got. She's worked hard. I mean, they're celebrity. Remy's a celebrity, so I expect this card to be stellar. Stellar. You know? Like, the Drake card was fire. fire battles, fire promotion, everything behind it. I expect Remy's card to be no less than that. Like, I expect Remy to like come through and do it big for the ladies. That's what I expect. Remy's gonna do it big for the ladies. If Remy's Chromosome 23 League and Queens get the money, is successful, then there's no telling. Sky's the limit for female battle rap. A lot of people are saying Remy's League is gonna take over Queen of the Ring. I know nothing about that. I've seen multiple people say it until it's officially announced. If that's what ends up happening, it's just a rumor for now. Tsu Surf will probably rematch Averb before he battles JC. Same with Averb battling JC. JC is not somebody that people really want to battle as of now. Whereas, like, in the beginning, he was sought after. A lot of people wanted to battle him. It's not that anymore with him. It's not that. Like, JC has one of the best pens in battle rap, but it was like at a point he oversaturated himself that he's on URL, then he's over here on a smaller league, then he's on a league that nobody knows about, then he's back on URL, then he's back over here with a league nobody knows, a league somebody may know. So it's like, come on. You don't have to be on every card. You don't have to be on every card. You know, JC is somebody people want to battle, but I don't see him battling Surfer Averb no time soon. I don't see it. Like, and people can say, well, how does Surf say he don't want to do this, he don't want to do that, he don't want to battle this person? Okay, but here's the difference between JC and A Ward. A Ward is not on URL, and A Ward's not battling. When A Ward has to battle a high caliber name, usually battles that are around those aren't 3-round battles, at least before it, if he battles the name. And it's the way that A Ward is picking and choosing wisely with who he's battling. A Ward has battled a lot of names and won a lot of battles, and he's battled a lot of guys that the average fan does not know who they are. But he's brought URL to him without being on URL. That's winning in itself. Surf is back to having fun rapping again. Like, Surf used to just give me the vibe like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's the vibe I would get for Surf. Like, it just seems like his last 3 battles, he's in a good space. Mind clear, preparation's there, no worries. He chilling, he vibing, he fussing back and forth with people. He's in a good mood. That's just what it is. Like, that's just what it is. Call it what you want. Don't be mad at Surf because he can call the shots. Surf been doing this thing since 19, as far as you're aware. Don't be mad at him. If some of these guys picked and choose their battles a little more wisely, maybe they would have some say, and they just wouldn't be thrown on cards. So, I really don't know. Don't hate Surf, you know. Like, Surf has given you 9 flawless rounds? No stumbles, no chokes, no nothing. 9 flawless rounds. What can you say to him? What can you say to him? Because even when it comes to Twerk, he was supposed to beat Twerk. Twerk was supposed to put up more of a fight. That's really all that was supposed to be. That battle at best has replay value, and you know it's the discussion for debatable classic. Then now that battle is one sided, and Surf won, and Twerk's looking crazy again. Prep for champion. Prep has had some dope battles this year, but him pretending to be all these different battlers, he screwed himself with that. It like every time Prep is in a good place with his career, he does something that screws him. Like it overshadows his talent. Like Prep is very talented. If he just stay away from the extraness, he'd be alright. He would be okay. Like he really would. Mr. Wavy and Surf both beat Twerk. Ain't gonna happen. We ain't even seen Mr. Wavy battle since he battled. Who's the last person he battled? Steams? I think Steams on URL. Like that was the last time we've seen Mr. Wavy. And I hate to say this, but this is something that I know Surf would say. I'll battle Cuban before I battle Mr. Wavy. Who is Mr. Wavy? We know that's how Surf is. Yeah, he lost to None. He lost to None. Nun's another one. Why ain't None on the card? He last battled JC. You know, I had him winning against JC. He battled Ryder. That's what I'm saying. There's guys that are doing good in their battles, and you're still not seeing them. Easy versus goods. Like slick talk versus the talk is different. Eventually, it's gonna happen. It's eventually gonna happen. Like line it up. Easy get Surf, he get Rock. So he had chess, he get Surf, he get Rock. Double impact. And if he can get Goods, Geechee, or Cal to follow that up, Easy basically, who's gonna say no to Easy right about now with the performances that he's having? Nobody's saying no to him. He has multiple options to pick from. Multiple options. So, but Easy versus Goods would be one of those. I like it. None versus Clean Paper. If Clean Paper is focused, yes. I don't want a Clean Paper that he's all over the place. I need a focused him. Easy versus Geechee, that's gonna be one of those ones. They really gonna talk that talk. Like that's like Geechee. Geechee's another one. Who's really left for Geechee to battle besides Cal? Well, like not even Cal. He battled Cal. He battled Lux. Like Mook, Easy. Like Geechee in a boat with Rum, where it's like y'all done battled everybody. You done battled everybody, Slam. Like, who's left for y'all to battle? Like I could have sworn I saw Geechee say he was supposed to battle Daylight, but for whatever reason it fell through. That could be a battle. That could be a battle. Like, it's just hard to say. But, like, salute Don Marino. Don Marino, the card that I watched the other month was fire. It was a fire card. With the new G-Shinks and the Pristavia 242 making his return. Who else was on that card? I can't remember who else was on the card, but for the battles that I watched, I enjoyed those. I enjoyed the battles that I watched. Like, salute to all the battlers who had their own leagues. Salute to that. And the leagues are doing. Jay Murder's fire. He's another battler that he's been on multiple leagues. That he's fire. That he's battled a lot of different people. That is like, who's left for him to battle besides like most of these newer guys? The newer guys and like the names. Briz. Now, I was hearing that it was supposed to be Briz versus Hitman Hollow on RBE. Don't know how true that is. But if that could be his welcome back battle, I'm all for it. Geechee even said he'd battle Briz. So, Briz ain't got no excuse for coming back to battle rap. You know, he got all these options. He has all these options. So why not just go ahead and battle somebody? He has no excuse. He really, like, has no excuse other than, like, I know he do his music and his music's dope. So, I don't know. And then you got Av calling out people. He was going back and forth with Surf. He ain't going to battle Surf. He know that. Surf just ain't got nothing to do at the moment. He going back and forth with him about some nonsense, basically. Like, salute Creole Battle League. Creole Battle League, salute to them. They doing their thing. Show Off is fire. Like, when Show Off wants to rap and not play around with some of these battles, he's fire. Show Off versus Mav Hoffa was fire. Show Off versus Arsenal. Show Off versus O-Red was a dope one. Show Off versus Jay Murder was dope on King of the Dot. Like, Show Off is fire. Like, Show Off went viral with the pulverized bar versus Rosenberg Raw. Like, RBE got some talent over there. He got some talent over there. You know? Like, who's the king of RBE? Rosenberg Raw? Is it Ill Will? Like, who's the king of RBE? Like, right now, they young guns, they new talent is definitely taking. Ill Will versus Surf ain't probably gonna happen. Because Ill Will's over there. He ain't on URL. And like Surf called it, he ain't going to KFC. He ain't going to KFC. So, I don't know how that's gonna work. But the talent that's over there, like, I think Pain could definitely go through the rankings over there. As far as I be, he battled KD. I'd like to see him and Dev the Demon would be dope. Him versus Snake Eyes would be dope. Him versus Rosenberg Raw would be dope. Like, Pain is dope. Like I said, I was critical of him at first, as far as the Crucible. But after seeing more battles from him, yes, he can be a problem. He could definitely be a problem. Like them guys from the 1SKs, like Jay Breed, he's fire. He's fire. News, Battle League, Larry Bull. I've always seen the name. I finally watched a battle. I had Rosenberg beat A Ward, and that was a lackluster battle. Like, I didn't say that Rosenberg was like super crazy. He's nice though. I'm waiting for Rosenberg Raw versus Bill Collector to happen, hopefully in Max Out 3. I'm looking forward to that. Dev the Demon. Even though I had him losing to Snake Eyes, he is very talented. He is very talented. I know he was going back and forth with Oops. Like, him and Oops could be a good back and forth battle. But him 30 and Oops, I don't see it. I don't see it. Like, I need to see Oops back on URL too. I need to see Oops back on URL. You already know his third round, so he gonna real talk. He gonna have something for you in that third round. That's just how that's gonna go. That I don't even want to like say too much on that on Stampede situation. Like, glad he's doing good, but all the extraness and things I've seen going around about that have been crazy. Like, that man gotta focus on being around for his kids and his wife. That's all that matters as far as him. He did have a new battle that dropped recently. He battled Yana. Watch that if you can. I don't know, but besides that, everybody dropping a 2022 hit list. You know? And I'm sure for a lot of people, Surf is on that list. A lot of y'all want to battle Surf now because you feel as though he in a groove. Be a crash test dummy and die. Breezy, what you mean, who? Like, somebody be a dummy and stand in front of Surf on the groove that he's in with his rapping. Somebody be a dummy and do it. That's all I'm gonna say. Somebody be a dummy and do it. Like, there's so many options as far as them doing gun titles versus gun titles versus DFB. Like, there's so many options. Who is P? You talking about? P? Who's P? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Max Out 3, I'm ready for them to start talking about it. Bill Collector versus Roseburg Raw. Hopefully it's on Max Out 3. I don't care who else on the card, but I need to see that on Max Out 3. I need to see that on Max Out 3. I hope Payne gets a look on Max Out 3 also. Like, after the last performance, he deserves it. I would say he deserves it. I don't know. Like, they're doing their thing over there. Salute ARP, Lawrence, Wing Truth. They doing their thing for the RBE. Yeah, Surf ain't losing the way that he rapping and the way he putting it together. Like, who the next dummy that's gonna stand in front of him? Who the next dummy? Like, let's say this: if A Ward eventually gets to be on URL, and he gets Tsu Surf as the battle, as his first battle there. Like, what does that say about A Ward then if he gets Surf as his first battle? Compared to battlers that have been chasing Surf since for like last 5-10 years. If A Ward just comes over URL and gets Surf just like that. Like, a lot of people feel a certain way about A Ward not being on URL. I get it. But at the same time, he got URL coming to him. He get him battle half of URL, like, on other leagues. Like, A Ward definitely knows how to be relevant and take the right battles. You got guys that's on URL and can't figure that part out. They're not figuring out to take the battle that makes the most sense and not just take a battle because you want to be on the card. Like, you don't have to be on every card. And I think some of the younger battlers haven't figured that out yet. You don't gotta be on every card. Be strategic in who you take, what card you're on, and making sure you have a quality performance, win or lose, that they want to see you again. Simple as that. Like, that's simple battling. That's the easiest way to put it. That is the easiest way I can put that. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, if A Ward don't get Surf as his first battle, what battle makes sense for A Ward? Coming to URL. What battle makes sense for A Ward coming to URL as his first battle? And he feels as though he don't need to do a PG. I kind of agree with that. Like, they could do him how they did B-Dot as far as the first battle. Like, A Ward is... I understand what A Ward's doing. Like, having to only be able to battle on URL. Some people have that in their contracts. That's not fair. There's so many leagues that A Ward's touch that if he's not his URL contract, he probably wouldn't have been able to touch those leagues. So that's another thing when you start signing these contracts. Make sure you're reading whether you can go battle on such and such league. Because I'm pretty sure there may be contingents in your contract that tell you, hey, you could go battle anywhere except for A, B, or C league. Not B, that I think C's up. Well, I think if A Ward ends up on URL and it's not Surf, he deserves a quality opponent on a decent card. No PG needed. With all that he's done. Do him like you did B-Dot, or B-Dot. He ended up on the actual card. And they just having to make the sticker thing on it for PG or however they did that. Like, A was far from a rookie. Far from a rookie. I would like to see how A Ward would do in like an Ultimate Madness type setting though. If he would be interested in doing something like that. I'd like to see how that could work. Um, like the Four Horsemen are dope. You got Saga, Loso, A Ward, Street Hymns. Am I missing anybody? I think it's just them. K Jack and Elijah Straight aren't Four Horsemen, but they're affiliates of them. Like, and that's the thing, believability when you say certain things in battle rap. Like, people joke with DNA about clapping a machete. Like, clapping a machete. You can't clap the machete. But if you don't live a certain lifestyle and you just rap about certain things, you're gonna say certain things that's gonna come off crazy. Oh, A Ward's definitely not battling Saga though. He's definitely not gonna battle Saga. At least I don't think he would, seeing that they're in the same group. But that's another thing too. People being in groups take away from battles. They take away from battles. Like, now that they're the Bardashians, official battle Jazz. Will we see Jazz versus KCJ? Like, I saw something like they would still battle, even though they're in a group together. A Ward is definitely not whack. I just think he's not great every battle. He's not great every battle. But his freestyle and rebuttals are fire. Rebuttal game crazy. You know, if you watch A War versus Charlie Clips, that was a fire one rounder. That was a fire 1 round battle. For me, on a lot of his freestyle and his rebuttals, be better than some of his writtens. I'm not gonna say Jazz needs to stay away from Vixen. Jazz has a way better pen than Vixen, but I would say Vixen has a better performance than Jazz. But when Jazz put it together like she did against Young Gaddis, her and Vixen could be one of those ones if Jazz decides to battle her. It could be one of those ones. It's just really hard to say. It's really hard to say. It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, battle people before you join groups with them. Like, that's just what I would suggest. Like, even though we're still gonna get Twerk versus K Shine, it just took forever to get around to it. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Stop joining groups and not battling people. There, I've said it. Battle people before you join groups with them. You know? And stop being shocked that Pristavia's gun titles. Jazz 2-1, Vixen first round against Casey. Like, come on. I would have Jazz beating Vixen. But I know Vixen's gonna come and have the moment. She's gonna turn up even more for Jazz. We know this. After seeing what Jazz did with Gaddis, ain't nobody coming to play with Jazz. Ain't nobody coming to play with Jazz. Like, no, no, we not doing that. We not doing that. We not playing. We are not playing. Like, Jazz has a way better pen than Vixen. There's no dispute there. I think Vixen is just a better performer. But the way that Jazz was with, yes, that Mario pipeline. I'm looking at the computer screen like, Jazz, really? Like, stop playing with Jazz. I need to see Jazz versus Coffee. She said she would say Coffee. I want to see it. Saga's been a horseman, so he's not a new horseman. Oops would be the new horseman. Saga's always been a horseman. Like, Oops is like the newest horseman. And then most thought that Elijah Straight and K-Jack were horsemen. They're just affiliates. God's children. The Christians are here. Like, that's another thing. Elijah Straight being compared to Remy. And then he got cheated on Ultimate Madness. He beat Next. Elijah Straight beat Next. But they didn't call it that way. Elijah Straight is fire. He is fire. There's no reason why he's not booked in on the card. I'm not understanding it. Unless these guys are getting offers and they not trying to battle who they being offered. That's the only thing I can think of. It's been too many different cards for you not to have been on the card by now. Like, K-Jack's fire too. You know, I don't know. I just don't know. It's too many battles. Yeah, Elijah Straight's not a horseman. You know. Yeah, Elijah Straight's got to work on, like, working the stage and, like, the eye contact, the working the cameras when you're performing the bars and the stuff like that. But the more he battles and the better the competition, he's learning these things from who he's battling too. Like, Elijah Straight versus Saga or Loso would be a dope battle for him. He could learn a lot from them too. He could learn a lot from battling one of them. Even though they probably wouldn't do it, could learn a lot from one of them. Like, if you know about Overflow Battle League, which is the Christian Battle League that I think was Saga's league, which brought Jay Fence, Elijah Straight, K-Jack, Pristavia, Voice the Poet, brought all of them. And then they went to Gates of the Garden, and they all been doing their thing since. Like, come on, it's talent. Like, Christian battlers are doing their thing. Whether you believe what they say or not, they doing their thing. That's just what it is. Yeah, man, that's just what it is. Dang, I didn't expect this live to go this long, but salute to y'all that's been tuned in, though. This has been a dope conversation. As far as, like, the, like, battle rapper raw. Like, who, female battle of the year. Yes. Chess talked to Saga's soul. Saga probably wanted to go cry in the car after that battle. He probably needed a hug after that battle. The way Chess was talking to him. But the crazy part is, and I think the misconception with the Christian battlers are, we act as if they didn't have a life before the church and being in the church. You know, a lot of them have a story before being in the church and everything. So that's what they're rapping about. Before the sins they committed, before they've been forgiven for the sins. That's how I'm viewing it. Like, Saga didn't have no answer for nothing that Chess was saying to him. And chest and chess is two different things, but in battle rap, they let that work. They let that work. Twerk and twerk sounds the same, spelled differently, two different things. But it works in battle rap, though. I just don't know. I just don't know. But Pristavia, now that she's gun titles, she's on everybody's heels, and that she's on everybody's hit list, along with First Lady Flames and Coffee. Everybody has the three of them on their hit list. So those ladies have been doing something right. You on all the top ladies hit list for 2022. So Coffee, First Lady Flames, and Pristavia, y'all gonna be booked and busy. Booked and busy, ladies. Y'all gonna be booked and busy. Like in the Pristavia is like out the newer girls. Pin wise, she's the best. She's the best pin wise. I mean, she's dope. Like pin wise, she's the best. Her, 8R14, Breezy. Who else I like? I like the newer girls. I like the newer girls. Those are like the ones that like stick out to me. Salute the Dawn Lady. Dawn Lady says she coming back 2022. Like, yeah. Like, Pristavia gives off like a I've done this before type of feel when she's up there rapping. That's what she gives me. She don't seem scared of the moment like a lot of these young, newer females do. They seem scared of the moment. Like her first time with Caffeine, she blacking out like that. Like, come on, this what we doing. This is what we're doing. Yeah, she gonna rap and preach. Like it's crazy though. It's crazy though. Queen Lorraine got so much talent, and She Goes Hard has so much talent that they could do a Queen of the Rain versus She Goes Hard heavy on the ES. Like that would be fire. Like that would be more like a rookies versus vet type situation if they did Queen of the Rain versus She Goes Hard. Yes. And I seen somebody else say she has like the Shayna Ashley feel. Like Shayna Ashley gives me that, like the bully. Like I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best rapper. Like when I say what I say, you feel what I'm saying. That's what Shayna Ashley gives me. I need her back in the ring. Like Shayna Ashley was on Miss Miami's hit list. That, come on, don't have Shayna Ashley come back and like take you out like that, sis. I like you, Miss Miami, as a battler. I like you. Salute. Tori Samuels, salute. Like, I like Miss Miami. Don't play with Shayna Ashley, though. She's deadly. Like she said, she's never let a 90-pound bitch bite her. Stop playing with her. You gotta stop playing with her. She's not for play. Shayna Ashley has given up some Queen of the Ring classics. Her and Fit, her and 40. Like, come on. Come on, stop playing with Shayna Ashley. Her and C3, like, what we doing? Like, what we doing? Yo, certain things you don't play with during battles. And that banging is one of them. That's not, we don't, that's a no-no. We don't, you don't, yeah. That's the one strike against Miss Miami. The coffee battle and that happening. Like, can't tolerate that. Can't accept that. Whether you bang or not, you know the disrespect that comes with that. And that's another. Even for folks that don't bang, you know still that ain't, nah, we not doing that. Like, aside from that, Miss Hustle as a battler, she's had some dope battles. Her and Caution was cool on bullpen. Her and Coffee was supposed to be a really good battle until that happened, and it went left. Like, but sis knew what she was doing with that, and it was gonna go left. Like, but I never shit on Miss Miami's work ethic. Like, she out there, she grinding, she working. So salute to that. Like, I never hate on that. Like, Don Lady coming back now, like, that's fire. Like, daddy's finally spending time with me. Like, come on. Don Lady, if you watch Queen of the Ring, you know what's up with Don Lady when she pop out. You know what's up with her when she pop out. Like, come on, bring all the names back. Shayna, give me Tori, give me, yo, deuces. Like, give me all the names for one final card. Give me all the names for Queen of the Ring on it. And let the ladies retire or do whatever they're going to do after that. I need a card that has Shayna Ashley, Fair Funeral, Shuni, the rapper, Don Lady, Jazz, Fit, even if it's a 2-day event. I need a card that has all the big names with the newer girls and the girls, some of the girls that we already know, all on it. That's what I need. And I know it could be a fire event, 2-day event at that. Like, salute to y'all tuning in. I'm about to get up off here. I've been on here for longer than I expected, but salute to y'all that tuned in. Probably hop back on here tomorrow, talk about some other things. But for now, salute to y'all. Deuces and I'm out.